What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville extra, honey. We gotta get to the bottom of this Kimmi, Kiawah, and Maurice situation, honey. Okay, they actually talked about all of this, honey, at the first reunion, honey. Okay, they already talked about this. It's still confusing. I still want Carlos to question all these people at the reunion to see will they all keep it honest, okay? Because Kimmi swear up and down, honey, she's not a home wrecker, okay? Kiawah feels like Maurice led her to believe that, you know, he wanted to make their family work, right? He wanted to continue being her husband, which I don't understand how you could do that and file for divorce twice. Somebody make that make sense, okay? So anyways, honey, a lot of you believe that. Y'all feel like it was Maurice that led Kiawah on. And the way he behaved, you guys, on the show, I can believe it. I can, like, see him doing that. But I just need clarity. Okay, so Carlos, Los, big homie Los, we need you to question the people, honey, okay? Somebody got to get to the bottom of this because this don't look right. Okay, so, honey, without further ado, I'm going to play that audio. And Miss Robinson, honey, will be in and out with her commentary.
I mean, what can we do? And this is serious. What can we do to prove to you that we weren't dating at that time? And part of the reason...
Right, why does it matter? What's to you? It does not matter to me. They asked me a question. Okay. And I answered the question. It doesn't matter. You're married now. What difference does it make when you dated? She asked me.
Because you've been salty for years.
Not because of that. Not because of that.
What does it mean?
The problem was, like she said that was the first time I met her. Actually, that was the second time I met you. That was shady.
So wait.
Okay, wait. No, you ain't got to hear this because this is almost crazy.
Okay.
The first time I met Kiawah, I had no idea who she was, nor any of these Scotts. She sold adult toys, and I bought them. And how some kind of relationship came from that, where she feels like now I'm shady because your next encounter, I've met your husband. I have no idea. But that's what
y'all are not friends, Kiawah, and she don't owe you no loyalty. Okay, it looked like Kiawah may be upset with Kimmi's friend. Y'all remember Kimmi's friend? I do remember her speaking to the lady on the show. Okay, and I guess that lady knew that Kiawah and Maurice was, I guess, you know, going through a divorce or was at least separated. And she introduced Kimmi to Maurice. And then I heard a story from Kimmi talking about, you know, she invited him over to the house to cut Jalen's hair. And, you know, she was a single mom and, you know, she was, you know, kind of pursuing Maurice. You know, she thought he was cute and, you know, I don't know, you guys. I don't know what to believe, honey, okay? All I know is the man don't want to be with Kiawah, okay? If he wanted to be with Kiawah, he would have stayed with her. So, like I said, it's just simple like that to me. Men are simple creatures, ladies, okay? And Kimmi ain't with no damn prize. Okay, we see how Maurice really is, honey, okay? And Kiawah says we need to find out at the reunion why you cheated. I mean, honey, between me and you, I could kind of see why you had to step out on old mellow yellow Sprite looking man, honey. I could kind of see with, you know, his narcissistic behavior, honey.
what she's making this correlation to.
And is that why you think she shouldn't be around your son? Because she purchased sex toys?
And when I met him, I didn't know that was her ex-husband.
The connection is that my brother was married to her sister-in-law at that time, which is Kimmi's friend.
Of 13 years.
Right. They lived in Huntsville. We lived in Michigan. We went down to visit. She was actually selling the toys. Kimmi showed up and bought toys, but I didn't know who Kimmi was.
No,
Or do
nobody
you
did.
feel like his brother introduced them?
The person that hosted the party did, but that was my friend and her friend. I just wouldn't introduce friends to hook up with the ex. That to me, that's just...
Girl, you can't control who these people bump and grind with. Kiawah, okay? And Kiawah, whether y'all want to admit it or not, she seemed a bit bitter back then. Okay, like it's like, girl, you already got a husband. You with Zabe, girl. Zabe over there probably putting it down, sweeping and mopping, cooking. Okay, he a big nigga. I know you over there eating good, okay? So, child, I don't know, you guys. I want to hear what the people got to say about this.
So,
Cause honey, something don't look right. Miss Robinson gonna have to get in the middle of this bullshiggity, honey. But let's see what the people got to say. We also will be reaching up out of the Facebook group to see what the people have to say about the show. So one person says, you don't have to be in love with someone to be hurt by their actions, real or perceived. What does that mean? Another person says, the fact that Kiawah still cares that her friend introduced Kimmi to Maurice proves that she still has feelings for him. Move on, sis. And like I said, we need to get to the reason why y'all divorced. They never really talk about that. Like, Maurice alluded to it at a reunion. He basically said that, Kiawah stepped out. We didn't hear why, what led up to that decision. Like, why did y'all really break up? Because people cheat all the time and everybody don't leave except for you niggas, okay? Y'all don't mind stepping out. Soon somebody step out on your ass, you done about had enough, okay? So to me, even you guys, if she stepped out, right? Because I have known some people in my past. I knew of a few guys that got cheated on. And they still stayed with their woman because they really loved her. Okay, they really, wanted to make it work. So why didn't Maurice want to be with Kiawah? Was it a personality issue? Did Kiawah nag too much? Was Kiawah not cooking and cleaning? Like, what really happened? What do y'all think happened? Put it in the comments. Another person says, can she just admit that she is still in love with Maurice? I mean, it would make things a bit more believable as to why she still is in her feelings. Another person says, his sister said it best a while back. Kimmi got the best of him because he lost weight. He's a successful businessman and he's in law school. Well, that was at least at the time, honey. Oh, he was a big, he was a big dude. He was in the plus size section. I didn't know Maurice was a big fella. I heard Marceau was in that Ashley Stewart section, honey, but I didn't know old Mellow Yellow was. Maybe that's why he thinking he all that, honey, in a bag of chips. Another person says, are people forgetting that on an episode earlier in the season, it was revealed that the ex-wife cheated on Maurice, and that's what broke up their marriage. He stated it in a confessional, I believe. Another person says, so she finally admitted, I just wouldn't introduce exes. They weren't married when they met. She's really mad at the friend, but is sticking it to them all because of how close the degrees of separation are. Nobody owed Kiawah anything but that friend, if it was a friend indeed. I agree with that. Cause it ain't like she put a portion, honey, all swimming, honey, all up in the latest pool, eating her barbecue, serving her husband just to end up with him, honey. Okay, she didn't pull a portion. Okay. So, you just can't control, who people is gonna fall for. You have no control over that. Okay, she can't get mad at Kimmi for that. And I think she do secretly like that. You know, people is dragging Kimmi, calling her a side chick. I do believe Kiawah likes that. Okay, can Kiawah control, you know, the people on social media? No. But she could say something if they are in a better place. She could say something to put up a united front. It don't mean it go, you know, it's gonna really help, but a little something, you know, put your back into it, sis. Put a little effort in, okay? If it was a man, you probably would. Y'all know how these heifers is, honey. A man involved, they get to speaking, honey, like a politician. Another person says Kimmi may have a reason to be offended by his ex comments, but she needs to be true with herself that there is some inner issues that need to be brought to her husband, which is making decisions with the ex without consulting with her. As far as the wife being hesitant about sending her son, I agree, especially when Kimmi talked about his mother in front of him. She is not so innocent. I never saw Kimmi talk about Monster. I mean, Kimmi talk about Kiawah in front of Monster. Monster was walking in, and Kimmi did not see him around. The camera caught Monster, like, hurrying up, going back to his room. See, that's what had happened. Y'all be spreading, honey, the wrong information. Okay. Another person says there is more to this situation. This can be part of the next episode. Have the ex-friend come on and explain how she introduced them. Honey, that's not even necessary, okay? Kimmi and Maurice, they picked each other out. They wanted to be together. I don't know why Kimmi would want to be a slave, but honey, okay, who am I? I can't judge the woman. Maybe she she liked the treatment. I wouldn't want to have cancer and be going through all that and have a man. Okay, he a good man, Savannah. No, he ain't. Okay. So another person says Kiawah's issue is her understanding when she and Maurice's relationship ended and Kimmi's began. She may have not been done with the relationship when Maurice chose to move on with Kimmi. So she will make it difficult to get an apology because of her understanding that is not understood. Doesn't make it right. No, Kiawah. It could have been handled years ago. If Kiawah gained clarity on the fact that the relationship between she and Maurice was no more, regardless on if she was ready for it to be done or not. He was done. Exactly. I told y'all, if the man is done, it's done. Because us women, and every woman is different, we can be fickle sometimes, we care about people. We try to, really take one for the team. We want to make our families work, So I'm thinking that's where Kiawah was coming from, but from Maurice's actions, it looked like he was done, sis. That's just what it looked like. Okay, that's just what it looks like. All right, honey, let's get up in this Facebook group, okay, and see what the people is talking about. So one person makes a post and it says, when Kimmi was addressing her concerns about Maurice not spending quality time with his son, he made it about him and heard nothing. He is very defensive. Yeah, like he was gaslighting her and he kept trying to make it look like she owes Monster more time and attention instead of him. Okay, and that's how, I'm beginning to believe, honey, we got more than one narcissist, honey. Well, I know that. We got Hook-headed, we got Marceau. I didn't know Maurice was a part of the damn crew, but it looked like he is. He over there triangulating Kimmi and Kiawah, trying to get them to argue over him. So a person says, I feel like he's committed to not understanding her, so he doesn't have to be held accountable in raising his son. Kimmi is doing all the heavy lifting in the relationship. He conveniently tried to make it about past issues with Kimmi and the ex, which I think was because of him starting with Kimmi before completely ending things with his ex. Oh, child. Is that what you really think, girl? Another person says, no wonder Monster is shutting down. Boys need to be able to talk to their fathers. Yeah, they do, honey. Another person says Kimmi is always on point, but after she brought that valid point up about spending quality time with his son, Maurice's entire focus was on agitating her about the past. Yeah, he was gaslighting her. He was making her question and doubt her reality. He wants her to keep drudging up the past with Kiawah. That way they can be at odds again. He claims she's not over the past. I feel like both ladies is over it, kind of. Like, you know, they both have moved on. Kiawah got a, whole new man. I'm not getting the energy from Kiawah that I got in the beginning as far as her being a bitter ex. I don't get that from her no more. I feel like she is cordial with Kimmi. She may not completely like her like that, but they ain't gotta like each other like that. I don't think Kimmi like her all like that either. Like, there's a thing called boundaries, right? And once people behave a certain way with you, once people, especially women, they have a certain tone with you, and, like with Kiawah thinking that Kimmi was the side chick, and, And even though she never accused Kimmi of that, it's just like you are still not speaking out about that. Hell, Maurice, he ain't even said what that ain't true out of his mouth. Now, I saw some stuff, honey, on social media where he was trying to put together a little timeline about how he left Michigan and he filed for the divorce, and we kind of seen his name. He showed that type of stuff. But, honey, we don't have proof that, that you possibly could have led Kiawah on. Because looking at Maurice's behavior on this show, the way he say one thing and do another, the way he is, so late with telling Kimmi important information. All right, like, his character seems very sketchy. It does. The fact that he thought it was okay to be around Martell and Coleslaw, honey, when they was hanging out, the fact that he was around for that, then tried to deny it, honey. Like, it's like, what's tea, Maurice? Okay, what's tea? What's going on? I don't know what to believe, you guys. Okay. So another person says, I really feel like Maurice needs to spend more one-on-one time with his son. Yeah, he does. He moved him all the way there. I told y'all, because it sounds nice and it looks nice. And narcissistic people, they like to look good. Okay? They, they like for things to look a certain way. Oh, child, they calling Maurice a narcissist. Maurice seems to be every bit of a narcissist, and in his mind, he is doing everything correctly and everyone else is wrong. His level of education just reinforces his arrogance. Oh, child, that's a good one, honey. I hope Kimmi has an exit strategy. She need one, because she in a burning house. Shit, she thought that Melody was in a burning house, but sis, y'all twins, honey, just in a different way. Okay, may not be no damn side chick, but there is a whole bunch of problems, honey, in that marriage. Okay, look like somebody may have a sex addiction, honey. And we already know who it is, honey. Okay. Another person says Maurice's problem is he don't know how to be a father. How the hell he don't know how to tell his son how to clean up behind himself? Why the hell he want Kimmi to raise his son when he got a mother? I would have shipped his little ass back to his mother. Y'all would have shipped Monster back, would have put a postage stamp on him, sent him back to Kiawah, honey. Kiawah would have let him. I think he should live with Kiawah. I feel like she's the better parent. I seen it, you guys, when they was at dinner, you know, with each other. Like, Monster lit up like a Christmas tree when he was around his mother. And with Maurice, he's just quiet. He's standoffish. I don't know. It seems like he's not a part of the family. Like, he's in isolation. He's always protecting himself. And, you know, I'm not saying Monster is innocent, honey. He do need to learn, honey, how to pick up after himself, okay? And Kimmi shouldn't have to keep telling your ass more than one time, you know, to wash the damn dishes. You know how to wash them, shit. Or y'all don't need to be putting no more money into him. That's another thing you gotta do with these kids. Stop spending your hard-earned dollars on them, and then you'll get some act right, honey, when it comes to the chores, okay? Another person says, Martell and Melody are getting on my nerves with this court mess about their kids. Another person comments to that and says, it doesn't get any more realer than this. It unfolded on the show and this is how it's playing out. Another person says to that, I totally agree. It's been too long and Martell and Melody both should have worked this out together, not in court. Child, do you even know why they in court? It's because the hookhead can't mind his own business. He always trying to control Melody and who she got watching the kids. That's how all this started, because of his big head self. And what is this I'm hearing about the judge gave Martell her number? Like, desperate much? Why do you want some of the community ping, honey? That is unethical. Okay, Melody better file for her appeal and she better have that judge investigated, honey. Cause she ain't supposed to be fraternizing, honey, with the clients, honey. Okay, you ain't supposed to be doing all that up in the court system. Okay? Child, why is it people in the comment section blaming Melody for why they in court? All of this court stuff, you guys, is even more abuse. He done already put her through the narcissistic abuse, triangulating her with the side chick, lied and cheated all those years, wasted her good years just for her to get a divorce, and she still ain't free dealing with this fool. Now she got a co-parent with him. There is no such thing as co-parenting with a narcissist, because they don't give a damn about the kids. They just care about making your life a living hell, and they want to see you broke and destitute. Okay? This idiot, Martell hook-headed hoe, tried to get melodyshari, honey, to pay his attorney fees. Meanwhile, he about to be put out of his house. If I was Melody, I would use all that bullshiggity against him and say, honey, this man keep moving. He a nomad. Okay, that's not safe for my kids. That's not a stable environment, honey. This man always gotta move. He don't know how to manage his finances. I would try to get that sucker on child support. I would get a restraining order. The gloves need to come off the same way she unleashed on Ariane. And honey, it was a long time coming, honey. Okay, and I was here for all of that smoke. Now, Melody girl, it's time to get hook-headed. And I mean, get his ass good. Bring his ass down to the ground, honey. Not the first floor. Okay, because he already on the first floor. Just see if you can go even lower, honey. Okay, this nigga needs to be humbled. Okay, that's what, I'm serious. Because he has a lot of bad behavior. And we've seen Sheree, help him to get on Real Housewives of Atlanta by fake dating him, having this Planet Fitness situationship, honey, with him. Like, he keeps being rewarded for being a demon. We got Carlos King, doing all these interviews with him. Los, what is you doing, sir? Okay, can we stop helping this demon? Okay, he on that demon time, honey. He a Chucky doll. That's what he is. Okay, I know what I'm looking at. Child, another person says they both need to grow up and focus on the kids. They are mature enough to have all of these businesses, but can't be cordial and compromise for those babies. Who the hell is they? The problem is Martell, hook-headed Holt. I know emotions are involved, but it should not interfere with the welfare of their babies. Praying they work it out. Child, Martell needs to be committed. Okay, and we just go leave that right there. Okay. Child, the people is dragging Melody. One person makes a post and says, Mel, no need to file another appeal. The judge saw right through your bullshiggity. Ooh, child. Another person comments to that and says, the judge scolded Mel due to Mel not giving Martell her phone number. Mel is going to appeal and explain the reason. Martell is now harassing her. Hell, we seen that on the show when he had stalked her when she was out on her date and she confronted him. All she need to do is play the damn show back. They gonna see how crazy his ass is. Okay. Another person says that judge is biased and has a crush on Martell. Giving her number to him is very unethical. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Like, child, make it make sense.
Like I said, go girl, like, you that desperate to want Martell's phone number? Like,
Melody said, honey, I can't understand that. I know, like, she better not ever ask for my phone number. Like, I would lose my mind. Calm down, Tisha. Don't nobody want big toenail head, okay? Child, so another person goes in on Mel and says, this tells me that when Melody's children are with their dad, she wants no contact from them due to their disgust for Martell. However, the easiest solution to this petty mess would be to buy a burner phone. Hasn't she already did that? And give him that number. If he needs to reach her, that's the number he is to use. If she's such a boss, why wouldn't she do that or even think of that? Her focus is on being petty to spite him, but it simply triggers more BS for her to deal with. But all in all, if she got a second phone, it would still be her number, right? You say he is a stalker, and I'm still on the fence about the incident where the child saw her dad with Ariane, especially with the hanging out the window yelling, stay away from my dad part. Why y'all going all the way back to that? Child, why y'all bringing that up? Who said that? Why we going on? So that person is saying they don't even believe Melody's story about that. Why would she lie? Like, y'all see the damn show. Okay. So one person says, I know so many people say it's just a phone number and go buy a burner phone, but when you've dealt with narcissistic abuse, it's not just a phone number. They wanted to call you at all hours of the day and night. I know, because my child's father, honey, used to blow me up. Let them find out you're dating, and they will call all the time trying to catch you with your date because they still think they own you. Yep. I know, because my child's father actually touched my butt after I picked my child up. I'm like, I'm supposed to be co-parenting with this fool, and he's slapping me on the butt. We ain't together, fool. He got cussed out, y'all. Even if they are with the new woman, and they will use that phone to say that they are trying to reach the kids, when in the end, they only want to argue with the spouse. It's also a way to take even more control over your life away from you by making it a court order. So they can always have constant access to you. Yep, this person is smart. It's never about the access to the kids. He can buy them cell phones and talk to them. Exactly. They of age, but his ass is broke. The parents can communicate via email, and it will come to his or her phone calls to phone are only to be made if an emergency is happening to the children. This time I am team male. He just wants to keep as much control over her as he can and will use the courts to do it. Yeah, that's why he was big, you guys, on winning that case. One of you all had mentioned, why was it such a big deal? Because what you have to remember is Melody is dealing with the narcissist. And the narcissist, honey, is always in competition with you. They always need to win. This is why they copy every damn thing you do. Steal your ideas. Okay? Everything is about a competition. This is why if y'all break up, they move on real fast. This is, because it's a competition with you. I'm supposed to have somebody quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay? They really believe that. And oftentimes they can't maintain, long-term relationships. So, because it's only a matter of time, that the person find out they ass is crazy. Okay? But yeah, he went to Sheree so Sheree can make him look good. But to me, he has not suffered enough. And that's why, in my personal opinion, he gonna keep clowning and acting a fool. See, I know what happened with my child's father. Once he began suffering, he began backing the hell off. Okay? So, Melody, honey, you gonna have to set this fool up. And it should be easy to do. He ain't smart. Ain't got a lick of sense, honey. Okay, now something else I wanted to talk about is the whole Tisha and Kiki storyline. I feel like it's a bit contrived on both sides. You got Tisha saying at first it wasn't a big deal about her, getting the key to the city at first. Then all of a sudden it's the biggest deal ever when Kiki missed, her event. Okay, and then we also had Kiki mention that she is on methadone and it's giving her some side effects. She claims, it helps her with her addiction, but it causes her to sweat a lot. And in my personal opinion, honey, it's just Miss Robinson that think this way, but it seems like Tisha don't believe Kiki. Like she believed that Kiki is allegedly still using. How do you all feel about that? Because I'm going off of how Tisha was like looking at her like something don't seem right with you. Like you didn't show up for me. And I feel like Kiki and Tisha should have rolled together, honestly. Right? But I feel like Tisha may feel like Kiki is back using. That may have something to do with her, feeling the way that she feels about Kiki. Because in that whole scene, it just seemed like, Tisha don't trust Kiki. Okay, there's a lack of trust with these two because they were raised to compete against each other. Okay? And I told y'all, Tisha is one of them people, she want to look good on paper. I feel like she got some type of imposter syndrome, honey. I feel like she wants to impress Kiki and, I get it. We all, want to feel good about our accomplishments. But I feel like it's something very, disingenuous about it because y'all not close like that. And I feel like Kiki can feel the fakeness. She feel like you aren't even responsible for getting her on the show. You just wanted her to be a background character. It was melodyshari, honey, to help Kiki get on the show. So I feel like Kiki and Tisha, they're never going to be close. I feel like it's too much water under the bridge. It's too much. Their families have set them up to be against each other. And I just feel like no matter what happens, it's always going to result in them falling out. I don't know if you all have ever had that relationship with a friend or family member where y'all just always end up falling out. So it's just like, y'all might as well, honey, don't even try to be cool because, something always happening. Okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to get a few more comments from the people, honey, on, what they think about what's going on the show. One person says, Kimmi checks everyone but Maurice. Another person says, I firmly believe that Maurice played both ends against the middle. Since sex is a need for him, he was likely sleeping with Kiawah, giving her false hope for reconciliation while dating Kimmi. That's possible. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I think what did it for me was he moved away from her, so we just need clarity. Was he still hitting that? Come on, Los, ask the questions, honey, at the reunion. If his son thinks Kimmi broke up his home, he's never going to respect Kimmi because in his eyes, she's his mom's enemy. Kiawah and Kimmi need to compare notes along with timelines. Yeah, that's true. And Monster, he was little at the time. To me, kids, I don't know. It depends on your kid, though. Some of these kids real smart. Do y'all think that Monster felt like his parents was going to get back together? Did Maurice ever mention that on the show? Put it in the comments, guys. This is a lot, that we could be asking Maurice. That's if he tell the damn truth. He may get down to the damn reunion and lie. Okay? Another person says Kimmi is dumbing herself down to be with that immature younger man. She deserves better. Another person says, now that I think of it, Maurice was hard on Jalen. I think to push him out so he could really stick it to Kimmi and take advantage of her more and raise his son. What do y'all think of that? Y'all saying some good stuff. Okay, let's have some church. Another person says, I heard Tisha told Kiki about the event at the last minute. Her car broke down, no rental cars, and I doubt Kiki got money like that to fly to Mobile or wherever it was. Tisha was looking for excuses to cut her out of her life. That's what it looked like to me, you guys. And it looks like Tisha believes Kiki is still using. Another person says Kimmi is desperate to do whatever it takes to keep her marriage. She is a pick-Misha and Maurice knows it. Ooh, child. Another person says, I once admired Kimmi for her communication skills, her ability to speak direct, clear, and concise. Her ability to communicate and display emotional intelligence. However, after this episode, I now understand that Kimmi is actually traumatized from communicating with a narcissist for 10 years straight. Communicating with a narcissist is like talking to a child stuck in an adult body. Ooh, child, that was a good analogy, honey. I've experienced this as well. You have to be direct and leave little room for the narcissist to find an out when holding them accountable. That's true, because we see Maurice trying to wiggle out of stuff. They will literally twist some shit and try to serve it to you like it's an actual fact. Also because of the lack of confidence and self-esteem to make forward progression in their lives. They will constantly force you to live in the past because that's where they are stuck at mentally. And it's true. I dealt with a narcissist and this idiot kept bringing up the past. I'm like, why are you bringing these people up? I don't give a damn. Okay? I don't give a fuck. What Smokey say? I don't care. I had to flat out tell him, you guys, like, why is you even bringing it up? Why are you bringing these people up? I think he was bringing these people up to hurt me, but you can't hurt Miss Robinson. Okay, you can't hurt a bitch that don't care. Okay. Child, these narcissists, honey, they be reaching. Okay, so the person continues to say they will constantly force you to live in the past because that's where they are stuck. Okay, we already read that, which is why he's forcing Kimmi to live in the past with that Kiawah BS. True. This episode was truly an eye-opener. Kimmi has literally married someone she can't trust with her health. Narcissists often discard situations and people when it becomes a situation where they are being demanded of more than they're actually giving. Oh, that is true. Sadly, I believe Maurice is discarding Kimmi As for Tisha, girl, get off my screen. She loves playing the victim and being over demanding in her friendships. She is, and that's another thing, you guys, with Tisha. She has a lot of demands from women. Okay, remember when she was down to the reunion? Mel got a dark soul. Like, I don't think that Mel know how to be a friend to anybody. Like, that type of talk. She always is trying to hold women accountable and responsible for their behavior. Y'all remember when she did that with Kimmi? Kimmi wasn't, backing her up enough. She can't get enough support, honey. Okay, Miss Codependent. She ain't got her own brain. So another person says Kimmi waited 7 years, 7 whole years, okay, just to get treated like ish. Okay, Maurice was mad that the woman was actually getting along and not fighting over him. Yeah, that's how I know, like, he has to be narcissistic. Because narcissists, you guys, and people with personality disorders, they don't like peace. They like drama, chaos, and confusion. Okay? And I told y'all, God is not the author of confusion. These devils is. So what did he do? Go back to the past. I see right through his BS. Oh, child, the people is calling Maurice out. Y'all making some really good points, honey. Y'all making some really good points. Another person says Maurice is a gaslighter, but you know what, Kimmi? At this point, you are just an enabler. She's a better woman than I am. I would have taken that phone. He was busy setting up that meeting with Kiawah. Yeah. How you gonna force your wife to meet with your ex-wife to talk about you? Okay, like you some damn prize. Like, make it make sense, okay? Another person says, I feel so sorry for Kimmi, especially going through her breast cancer and chemotherapy. And in the beginning, Maurice seemed very supportive. However, as time passed and as Kimmi seemed to get her strength again, she started being sneaky and a little superficial, especially towards Melody. She seemed like she wanted some stuff to jump off between her and the other ladies, and I don't like how she questioned Kiawah. She kept giving her like an evil eye, like you better agree that I didn't get involved or date Maurice until y'all divorce was final, right? Maurice was so misogynistic with this, oh, I need to have sex with my wife, my body needs it. Like, what the F? Your wife is probably in pain, weak from chemotherapy, and you probably want her doggy style or on top. Sorry, bruh. I would have filed for divorce. He is disgusting. And how he seemed like he wanted to start a beef between his ex-wife and Kimmi. I'm looking at him sideways now. You are no good, sir. Yeah, he is no good. All right, you guys, that's all I have to say about all of that, honey. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.